They go to the track, and one of the guys knew horses. And when Tommy, he didn't want to tell these guys that these races are fixed. He just told them, I got tips. I think these are good. And the other two guys he went with that are in the book portrayed as Jeff and Gonzo, especially Gonzo really knew the horses. He's like, these horses are garbage. They can't win. What are you wasting your money for? So only Tommy bet the first race. John Gotti had given them 3 fixed horse races for that day. And Tommy unloaded on the first race. And as the horses are coming around, it's my understanding that the horses Tommy had bet on were doing poorly. And the other guys were ribbing him, saying, how did you throw your money away? But then things changed. Apparently, the horses in the lead slowed down. The horses that Tommy had that he knew the race was fixed started moving. And at the end of the race, these guys are flipping out. They're like, my gosh, you're probably going to hit an exactor over here. And all of a sudden, to their shock, a couple of them were pretty long shots. And again, it's all detailed inside Made on Long Island. They hit. So all of a sudden, Tommy's sitting there with a ton of money in winning tickets. And the other two guys kind of figured it out pretty fast because Tommy was not one that wanted to go to the track. He was always like, that's garbage. I don't want to go there. So Gonzo told him, look, I'm an idiot. I should have listened to you. You never want to go to the track, and now you come and you bet on the track on these junk horses. He goes, how did I not pick up something was wrong? So they're freaking out because the next race starts in I don't know how many minutes, let's say half hour or so. Here's the biggest problem they ran into, and this is where the John Gotti story comes in. Number one, by Tommy betting so much money on that horse race, the prices were off. And by off, this is what I'm going to tell you to try to educate your listeners. It's very complicated if you don't know horses. If you have an exacta with 2 horses, let's say one is a favorite, I don't know, 2-1, and the other one's like a little bit of a long shot or a longer shot, 7, 8, 9-1, there's a certain price range that exacta should pay. Let's say if the 8 or 9-1 horse came on top and kind of favorite came second, maybe the exacta will pay $70, $80. For our example, let's use round numbers. Let's say the exacta should have paid $100. And again, the actual numbers that Tommy gave me when he was, pretty much on his deathbed are in the book. You can see the actual numbers. I don't have them off the top of my head, but I'm just using round numbers here so people understand this. If an exactor is supposed to pay $100 and it all of a sudden pays like $25, New York State Racing Authority and the feds and everybody, state police, organized crime, everybody knows there's something wrong with this race. And if you have a triple, which is 3 horses, it's supposed to pay, let's say, around numbers of $500, and that thing pays $125. Again, red flags get shot up everywhere. They know the race is fixed. Too many people can't have the winning combination unless they know something was wrong. Now, John and Tony Mangala, who we were just talking about, were involved in fixing these races for years, and it was a gigantic, I can't even imagine how much money they would bring in for the Gambino family. Mm. But they were organized, and they knew every fixed race combined, we're only going to bet $300, $500, but that $300 to $500 might turn into $10,000 or $20,000 each race that they had them fixed. So they had it organized, and all of a sudden, boom, red flags to their operation. Something is seriously wrong here. With money like that on the table and somebody, tampering with their operation, people are going to die. It's just the way it is. So they had no idea who got their hands on these fixed races. So immediately the bosses, we had 2 problems going on at the same time. Let me just detail those and make it clear to everybody. The first problem is Tommy goes to the window to cash in all of his winning tickets thinking he's going to get a pile of money. That's not what happened. They told him stuff he had never heard about. They said, oh, yeah, you have your ID with you. And again, I think at that time he didn't even have a driver's license. He was too young. He's like, yeah, sure, I do, no problem. And he goes, okay, well, you have to fill out the 1099. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And the guy's like, okay, where's your stuff? And Tommy's like flipping out. He doesn't know what to do. But here's what happens. Everyone at the Roosevelt Raceway knew that race was fixed, and they were going nuts about it. How could the price be that low? Well, organized crime is everywhere. A guy who was a manager at Roosevelt Raceway ran up to our guys and said to them, one of the code words we use is, who are you with? Or are you with anybody? And Tommy was always told, Tommy was always told, if somebody asks you, who are you with? Or, your answer is, I'm with John from 101st Avenue. So Tommy gives the guy the answer, and the guy's like, I figured that. He goes, listen to me. You guys have destroyed the pool here. You need to get out of here. You're going to get locked up. Take the tickets with you. Go right back to, John's club and tell him what happened. So that's what those guys did. Now, the second problem was a lot bigger problem. This was a life and death problem. Tony Meglin's uncle, who was also involved in the horse race fixing, Cosmos, Sandalo, I believe his last name was, they sent word immediately to Neil's headquarters on Mulberry Street that somebody has picked off our information. They thought it was an internal leak. Like they had maybe, I'm guessing, 10 guys at these tracks that would make the bets. So they figured somebody leaked it to their friend, but they knew somebody leaked it. A race that's supposed to pay a $500 triplet pays 125. Again, using round numbers for your listeners, the exact numbers are right in Made on Long Island for that particular race. It's red flags. It's law enforcement everywhere. So they wanted blood. Those guys were like, whoever leaked these numbers, whoever damaged the pool, because they're obviously damaging future operations. We need to get these people and we need to go.